So guys, what's going on? We've just seen a brilliant fight and an absolute explosive knockout by Davis. What an uppercut, what a punch. He knocked Leo Santa Cruz out cold in the 6th round. Unbelievable punch, unbelievable punch. It was a brutal knockout, a vicious knockout that's knocked out Leo Santa Cruz, Leo Santa Cruz is a world-class fighter, 4-weight world champion, and he's just been knocked out cold. Gervonta Davis right now has given an interview, and it was an unbelievable punch and a brutal knockout. And that's what happens when you move up weight. You know, he's already a 4-division world champion. He was trying to become a 5-weight division world champion. And when you're moving up weight and you're fighting these guys that are bigger, because one thing I saw that Leo was taking the punches well, but that uppercut was just a vicious punch. That would have knocked out anyone. It was like a Povetkin white knockout. It caught him flush and it caught him right. The timing, everything, it just hit perfectly on his chin, and there was no way he was going to be able to take that. But that's what happens when you're fighting a bigger man. And the thing is with Leo Santa Cruz, when I've seen him fight, he likes to fight. Defensively, not the greatest fighter. He likes to, he'll take one to give one. And when you're fighting up at weight classes like that, way above your weight, it just takes one mistake, and you're gonna get knocked out badly. And that's what happened. He made a mistake and he got caught with a beautiful uppercut. And to be fair to him, he was taking the punches from Gervonta Davis quite well, but I thought he was trading quite a bit. But that's the way the guy fights. You're not gonna change. You know, he's already into his 40th pro career. He's not gonna change for this fight. That's how he fights. And I just felt like eventually Gervonta Davis was going to break him down. But, you know, he didn't need to break him down. When you're moving up the weight classes, you don't need to, you know, sometimes you don't need to break someone down. You just need to hit one shot on the button. And he did. He hit him one shot on the button. You know, when you're moving up weight classes, it's a very risky business. I don't think you should. Very rarely you see a guy that's jumping up so many weight classes against a top boy in that division beats them. It's very difficult, very difficult. You know, jumping too many weight classes, I just don't think ends very well for the smaller guy. Eventually you will get found out. Eventually you will hit a wall, and in this case it was a brutal knockout. You know, this was a brutal knockout. This was a knockout, career-ending kind of knockout. He was knocked cold. It's good to see Leo Santa Cruz is okay, and he got back up and he was walking and he was smiling. And it was good to see that, because it was, like I said, you know, initially when he got knocked out the way he did, people were worried. They were worried because it was a brutal uppercut. Gervonta Davis is a great fighter. He's definitely a star for the future. Mayweather's got a brilliant fighter on his hands, but I do think he's defensively not the greatest in terms of he gets hit a lot. You know, he got hit a lot in this fight as well. Now Leo Santa Cruz is a fast, smaller guy, so he's faster. You know, the thing is with Gervonta Davis, he's explosive. He's a very explosive fighter. He's very quick, and he explodes into action. You know, very explosive. So his punches come out of nowhere. He just explodes like fast twitch muscles. You know, he just explodes and lands huge shots. And when you're fighting him, you've just got to be very careful. I do think now he should move up to the 135-pound division, and there's big fights out there for Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is going to be a massive star. And to be honest with you, I think Gervonta Davis, a fight with Lomachenko, a fight with Teofimo, all these guys, I think makes great sense. I think it makes great sense. I think Gervonta Davis is a great fighter, man. He's a great fighter. He's very explosive, very powerful. He punches very hard. You know, and one thing I've seen about Gervonta Davis is he knocks guys out badly. You know, it's not like you know, Lomachenko going up. He knocks. You know, Lomachenko's not explosive like that. This guy's explosive. He knocks you cold. He knocks you dead. You know, and I just think Gervonta Davis is a very bright star. Probably needs to work on that defense a little bit, but I do think that, you know, in terms of his offense is unbelievable. Like the way he explodes into action is just, that uppercut was a thing of beauty. The way he hit him with that uppercut, that was a beautiful punch. It cleaned him out. It was a flush knockout. It was a vicious knockout. And I think this man, Gervonta Davis is potentially going to be a massive, massive star. He's already a huge star, but I think with knockouts and fights like that and wins like that, I think his stars is going to grow even bigger. I do think there's tougher and stiffer tests. Obviously, don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Leo Santa Cruz. He's an unbelievable fighter, 4-weight division world champion. However, he was a smaller man, and that we all knew that could happen just because of the fact that man was smaller. Now, I wasn't expecting such a brutal knockout like that. I wasn't expecting him to get knocked out the way he did. But when you're moving up weight classes, like I said, like he was, that's always possible. That is always possible. And Gervonta Davis just caught him with a beautiful punch. And to be fair to Leo Santa Cruz, he was taking the shots. He was taking a lot of big shots. He was taking the punches. But like I said, when you get caught on the flush, flush on the button like that by a bigger man, by a guy that's meant not just a bigger man, but a very big puncher at that particular weight, you're gonna find yourself in trouble, and that's what happened tonight. In terms of Gervonta Davis's future, I think Gervonta Davis moves up to 135, and how he fares against the likes of, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez is different. I think those are bigger men, stronger men. They punch very hard as well, so he's not. It's not a case where I feel like he was able to absorb everything Leo Santa Cruz was throwing at him. I'm not so sure it's going to be that easy for him to absorb everything of those bigger men at 135, because like I said, someone like Teofimo Lopez, he's naturally not just, he's a big guy for 135. He could probably be fighting at 140. So Teofimo's not just a 135 pounder, he's a big 135 pounder. So that again in itself brings, and he's got a good chin, and he punches very hard. So I think those fights at 135 are going to be very tough, because those are big 135 pounders. So it's going to be interesting to see how he carries the power up there against those guys. Now, he beat Gamboa, but Gamboa took him in the 12th round. I think he stopped him in the last round, didn't he? And Gamboa had an injury against Davis as well. I think he was fighting with a troubled leg, or troubled Achilles or something. So Gamboa was injured as well. So those guys up there, and Gamboa's past his prime as well. So Gamboa was able to take his shots. Those younger guys, it's going to be interesting to see Davis in there with him. I always felt Leo Santa Cruz was probably going to be a little bit too small. He's a great fighter and he throws a lot of punches. He's got a great work rate. But the problem is when you're fighting a bigger guy like that, that's a very explosive puncher like Davis, that can happen. That was a brutal knockout. And it was an emphatic statement by Davis. But again, I want to see him fight at 135 against those young guys now. I want to see him jump in there with Teofimo. I want to see him in there with Lomachenko. I want to see him in there. Listen, if Lomachenko can't get the fight with Teofimo, why not Lomachenko and Davis? If they're confident now after that knockout, they should be, Floyd Mayweather and his team should be confident. Why not put him in there with Lomachenko? If they're confident, they've seen Lomachenko get beat. Why not stick Gervonta Davis in there with Lomachenko or Devin Haney or these type of guys? I want to see that. I think Davis is a great fighter, but we need to see him tested against those guys now. If the winner of Luke Campbell Garcia, that would be a great fight. I'd love to see that. Davis against the winner of Luke Campbell Garcia, that's another one that we could potentially see. Now, I do think Davis is at 135 is going to be small. He's not going to be that big. Leo Santa Cruz was a lot taller than him, and those guys like Luke Campbell, they're very tall. And there's other guys like Haney, he's quite a big 135. Lopez is quite a big 135. Now, Lomachenko's not a big 135. That's what I'm saying. I think that fight, especially after the fact that Teofimo beat him and they saw vulnerability, maybe Davis now will have a change of heart, because I don't think they've ever wanted to fight Lomachenko. Floyd Mayweather always said that Tank's very young and Lomachenko's not got long left in the game. Tank's got this is a marathon, not a sprint. So I don't think they've ever wanted to fight him, but maybe now they'll be more confident to fight him, I think. So I think that would be a fight that I would love to see. I would love to see Lomachenko v Tank Davis. I just think that it's a great fight. I think it would be a good matchup and a great matchup to see. But let's see if it happens. The lightweight division is going to be cracking, because now we've got guys like Haney, we've got Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko. We've got some great fight. We've got some great George Gambosis today, who put in a brilliant performance. you know, there's some really exciting talent in the 135-pound division. It's going to be very interesting to see who's the top man. Gervonta Davis, when you add him to the mix, it's going to be very interesting to see how all these guys fit in the pot, and how all these guys, you know, who's the last man standing out of all these guys, you know. But yeah, great performance by Gervonta Davis. A great knockout, great uppercut to finish to close the show. Hope Leo Santa Cruz is okay, and Leo Santa Cruz probably can stay at 130, maybe fight another champion at 130, while Gervonta Davis is probably going to move up to 135. But yeah, an emphatic knockout, a brutal knockout. Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.